Hi, good afternoon. Today is Sunday, October the 4th, and this is your coach, Keith, Get Hype, coming at you once again. So this YouTube video is going to be about uh, making prepping, right? Because we know that when you prep, you have a better chance of eating right when you don't have to think about it. So today what I'm going to do, I'm going to prep some egg tins or egg cups in your muffin tins. Okay, so this is very easy, something you can do. I went ahead, I did some prepping, I did some preheating of the stove and things of that nature. So let's get right to it and start. First thing we're going to do is we are going to wash our hands as we normally do, especially in this climate of corona. So it's important that we do this first anytime we start to cook, because we know that the germs and things can be transmitted through not washing hands. So went ahead and washed my hands, and I've set up some of the ingredients I'm going to be using. Some of the ingredients I'm going to be using today are going to be eggs. You can use brown or white, you can use cage-free, you can use regular, whatever it is that you choose to do, but eggs. I'm going to be using milk. You can use any kind of milk. This is lactose-free milk, but you can use any of your nut butter milk, nut milks, almonds, and all of that. Cooking spray, and the reason why I'm covering up all the labels because I do not have copyright to show, and I'm not advertising any of the particular brands, so that's why I'm using the cover. And also the music in the background you hear is courtesy of my favorite, Miles Davis. Nefertiti is the CD, so I'll be using a little salt and a little pepper. That's really all you need for the seasoning part of it. So let's get started before we go to the other ingredients, some which I've already prepared. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your eggs, and what I like to use, because I'm going to do about 12 of these, what I like to use about 4 to 6 depending on the size of your eggs. And these are kind of large eggs, so I'm going to use probably 5 of them. And just go ahead and give them a crack. Make sure no eggshells go into your mixture. This mixture that we're going to make with the milk is not going to be as milky as French toast, but we will have milk. The reason why the milk is to help to give you more of the mixture, 1. 2, to be able to add a little of that fluff that you like in the eggs to it. And that's what it gives you, that's what milk will give you with that. So I'm going to go ahead and add my salt now. And what we want to do with salt is we don't want to consume a lot of it. We just want to use a little handful, maybe this much, maybe half of that. And it's just to give it a little flavor. And pepper. And pepper to taste. Now, I will be using some jalapeno, so I wouldn't say go the craziest on pepper. Okay, but it's just a little to get it. So as I said before, you're not doing it as much as French toast. You're just giving it a little bit so it can have the fluff that it needs for the eggs. I use a wire whisk. Wire whisk is to add a little air into the mixture to further get the fluff that you want, and you just want to mix up the mixture. And I will show you here what it's going to look like. And you just get the air in to the egg mixture. That might not give us 12, so I'm gonna add 2 more eggs. This is a way to gauge how much you need. And I'll add a little bit more milk. So I guess you're asking, well, how much of this? I cook by feel, so I can't really tell you how much, but if I had to gander, I'll start off with probably 1/3 of a cup of milk. And then add as I go along. And again, you just want to get the mixture and the egg yolks burst like a nice scrambled egg or omelet, and add in that air till you see some bubbles. Usually that means the mixture is pretty mixed. Okay. And there we have that. So this is the first step here. It's your egg mixture. What we'll do, we'll come over to our table, and you can use a ladle. I normally use a ladle because a ladle cup of this is probably what you will need to be able to do this. So get a ladle, and what we'll do, we'll move it to the side, and I'm gonna do 6 veggie without jalapeno, 6 veggie with jalapeno, and then I'm gonna do some with meat. Okay, so I went ahead and diced up mushrooms, spinach, nice and washed and clean, jalapeno, pre-bought. Now I got these from the store already diced, but you could dice up onions, a mix of green and red peppers. And then I had an omelet yesterday that I made too much of the spinach and green peppers and stuff, and I still have some left that I did on the side that I with tomato. And then I pre-cooked my ground turkey sausage. So let's get started. First thing that we're going to do is we're going to also preheat our oven. I have my oven preheated somewhere around 350, 375. So you know your oven, you know the capabilities of your oven and how to cook. What you don't want to do is cook this very fast or very high, because then it will burn. So before we get started with filling the cups, we're going to take our spray, whichever one you want to use, vegetable, canola, whichever one that they make. You want to generally spray your cups nicely so it does not stick. All right. And then I'm going to take about half of your ladle, and you're going to put it in to here. You only want to really fill these up about halfway, because then that way when you put in your vegetables, it's just like adding ice to a drink. Okay, and there's our oven saying that it's ready. Okay, and so I'm just going to fill them up. Now if you want to, you could put your veggies in first and then wrap the eggs in, if that's up to you how you want to do that. I generally put in the egg mixture first, and then I put in the vegetables or whatever that I'm going to use. These are very good because what they do, they allow you to grab and go. And just a key point for you, storing. When you're storing these, you're going to store these, you know, you can store them wrapped individually. You could store them in a plastic baggie. Up to you how you want to store it. So this one's done, and I'm gonna take some mushrooms. Again, I'm not a measurer. I do use my hands a lot. That's why I make sure I clean them. And I'm just gonna add a few mushrooms in to taste. If you don't like mushrooms, that's fine. You don't have to use them, right? All of them gonna have mushrooms in them. I love mushrooms. Sometimes the kids like mushrooms as well. These are very good for the kids now that they're home from school. You don't have to wake up with them. They can grab and go, and it gives them a great alternative to waffles and all the sweet cereals and things like this. This is very protein based, okay? And then it gives you your nice vegetables as well. I'm saving the spinach for last because I'm still using the whole leaf. I did not dice the spinach. I don't like diced spinach, but I'll show you what I do. So I take a little bit of green pepper, green and red pepper mix, and put them in. And the other reason why we only do about a half or third full is because you have to have space for them to kind of souffle, okay? You don't want to get a lot of all of this because this will dominate your egg and you'll have a whole bunch of veggies in your eggs and stuff like that. So whatever it is that you do like, whatever it is that you don't like, you can do. Even with seasoning to your taste, how you like it. This is just kind of a starting point with it. And like I said, I'm gonna do 6 with jalapeno. So I left them in the big kind of rounds, just drop them in, and I left them with the seeds. So what I do with spinach is I take the stems off of them. I'll just lay them here for now, and I'll just kind of rip it like this, just to add a little spinach to it. Again, not so that you're over dominating with the vegetables and the spinach. You just want to add enough in it. And if you put too much in, you know you have 12 other or 11 other or 6 others to correct your issue. So again, you know, just pop these stems off and then take them with your hand, just kind of do them like that, right? All right. Now, once I'm finished with this, right? Once I'm finished with this, I'm gonna take a fork or spoon and kind of make sure all the ingredients is in the egg, all right? So, you just take a fork, just make sure that it's all in, and at this point, if there's some that may not have enough of the egg mixture, just go ahead back and hit it with your egg mixture to make sure that you have more egg, okay? These will souffle, so you gotta kind of watch it. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna come back to you and show you once they're finished. I'm also going to use shredded cheese. It does not matter which one. To your liking, I want you to use your taste. This is a 4 cheese. You use a cheddar, and you just take it pre-shredded and just hit each one with the cheese on top. And this gives it a nice taste. So basically, you're gonna have your complete omelet in a bowl, in a cup, already prepped. So all you have to do is grab and go. And like I said, you just hit it with your cheese to your taste. Right? You like more cheese, you can do more, but be careful of your calorie count, that you don't make this one of those things that's too much. With each egg, you can have probably 2 of these as a serving for breakfast. So if you look at this, this will be about 6 days for breakfast, right? So we took that, and this is what we end up with. It looks like this. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven, and I'll come back to you in the next part of the video showing you how they come out. Stay tuned. Thank you for spending time with Get Hype. I will come back. I will show you this for you to see what the finished product looks like and have a taste test and see how it tastes. I will go forward and I will do the ones with the meat, so when it comes out we can show both of them. Thank you. Get hype, stay hype, one love. Coach Keith.